Hi guys, welcome to part 7 of my year on YouTube. So it's a bit of a repeat, but I've got loads of overtime and I wanted to show you my highlights of the year. But in this case, it's not highlights as such, it's just where I've done news stories and I've got responses from you guys and your support has been great. I started the year with a news story on a display banning from the 1st of April this year of cigarettes in large shops and supermarkets. From 2015 the newsagents will have to do it, and the smaller shops and garages, and what follows is that video. And this was originally from January 2012. Hi guys, today's subject is very serious and I'm sorry, but I need to put the message across along with a couple of other UK reviewers. It's about plain packaging. Cigarettes, we love the taste, and plain packaging, if it's introduced in the UK, will be a counterfeiter's paradise. Cigarettes, for instance, are Zigging off colours, open that way, and we all know about B&H Gold, opening that way, and rolling tobacco. But eventually plain packaging will affect cigars, pipe tobacco, snuff, everything. And there's a pack of Rossmans. There's a consultation going on and it's lasting to July, so you've only got just over 6 weeks to do the following. But you haven't got 6 weeks, I want you to do it now. It'll only take a couple minutes. And also, if you've got a bit longer, check Glyn, that's Glow 0115, who's an assistant at Gauntleys of Nottingham's video about this down there. Plain packaging, what does it mean? All cigarettes will be all the same colour, got lovely big health warning on, and just in tiny letters say the brand name, who makes it, and of course its strength. I can see the Chinese counterfeiters and Russian counterfeiters laughing all the way to the bank as they send more and more counterfeit cigarettes to the UK. In the UK, in supermarkets and shops of a certain size, they've got to hide them behind cupboards. It's ridiculous. You don't even know if there's a new product on the market unless you go to an online shop or your corner shop. But come 2015 the corner shops will have to comply as well, and you'll see many of them closing. Now if you don't want plain packaging, this is what you have to do. It's an excellent campaign, handsofourpacks.com. There's a petition down there. Also join Forest Online, that's pro smoking group, and also Freedom to Choose. Join a Facebook campaign, and if you want a scary vision what the UK will look like in 2020, there's a video link down there as well. Write to your MP if you've got, say, 20 minutes spare in the next 6 months. Sorry, 6 weeks. Because if you don't, plain packaging will be introduced and there'll be no turning back. You all thought the smoking ban could be inside, could be overturned. It hasn't. And this certainly won't be overturned. If you don't know who your MP is, they work for you. .com or whatever it is. they'll tell you who your MP is if you enter your postcode. Also write to the tobacco packs consultation at Department of Health. Unfortunately, the haters are very passionate and are very well organised. I've included a couple of videos, links down there as well. We've got a health secretary. He's an arsehole, Andrew Lansley. And the first video of him is saying people smoking is not the norm. Employers hate smokers as well because we take smoke breaks, and they're paying people up to £1,000 to give up smoking, and there's a link to that video down there as well. They also can refuse to hire smokers. And then there's another video link down there talking about plain packaging and the display ban and how it's going to cut down on people smoking. Guys, if you live in the UK, you must do this. You've got to protect our cigarette packs and the freedom to smoke. If you do nothing, like some people did at the last elections, look what happened. We've got a Conservative government. Enough said. Labour ain't much better. They're the ones who introduced the smoking ban, number one, and number two, they introduced the display ban. The haters are organised. We need to mobilise. Stop plain packaging now, and thanks for watching. Okay, welcome back, guys. The next thing we suffered in the UK is they thought about doing plain packaging, and there was a consultation in the summer. And I did a video, a few others on us did it, to try and encourage smokers to sign a petition, to go on the website. The consultation is since closed, and we still don't know the outcome. But this is my video trying to encourage all the UK smokers to get involved in stopping plain packaging, or as they call it, standardised packaging. This is the video. Hi guys. Today's video is a bit depressing, and I'm really sorry I'm making it, but it's about Australia. There's links down there to the news story, and basically Australia's highest court upheld a new government law on mandatory packaging for cigarettes that removes brand colours, logos and packaging, i.e. plain packaging. If you go on the news story, it explains everything on the BBC site, and if you click on the sun, you can see the pictures of the packages, which are lime green in colour, standardised font, big health warnings with pictures, etc. Leading global tobacco manufacturers, including British American Tobacco, Philip Morris, have challenged the law, but unfortunately they lost, and new packaging rules are scheduled to be implemented on the 1st of December 2012. The Australian court said it's at least the majority of the court is of the opinion that the Act is not contrary to Australia's constitution, in a brief statement, and it would be published in full later on, the decision. The government passed a law last year, and they're hoping it reduces the amount of smokers. They increase the amount of counterfeiters, and the Tobacco manufacturers have argued that removing their brand names and company colours from packs will lead to drastic cuts in profits. They also warn again about fake products, and British American Tobacco said it's a bad law that will only benefit organised crime groups which sell illegal tobacco in our streets. Agreed. Imperial Tobacco added that the legislation will make counterfeiters' job both cheaper and easier to make fake cigarettes. Cigarette manufacturers have also claimed that the law is unconstitutional and infringes on their intellectual property rights by banning the use of brands and trademarks. British American Tobacco said they will abide by the rules along with the other manufacturers. They didn't have much choice, did they? It's the first country in the world to do it. However, in the UK there's a consultation that's ended, and other countries such as New Zealand, India, and even some states in the US are contemplating similar measures. Whilst Australia may be a relatively small cigarette market, tobacco companies know losing hit there will lead to a deluge of legislation elsewhere in their big markets, said someone, the BBC correspondent, and a link to the story is down there. Now, I've got another news story. It's not that important, not like that first one, and I'm thinking of all the Aussie smokers out there. If you from Australia and want to comment, please do on this news story, and just hope it doesn't go anywhere else in the world. Now, a minor news story is in Blackpool. Blackpool's a resort in the north of England, the second biggest resort in the UK. And the council's gone mad. You're not allowed to smoke inside inside buildings, so you're forced to smoke outside. But now they're putting up no smoking signs in parks. Yeah, I know in America in certain states they have it, but they're doing it over here. They're going to be put up in the entrances to 13 parks and playing fields, advising the public on our smoke-free sites. Health bosses said the move was being made to protect children from the dangers of smoking, but it's been branded outrageous. There's a link down there to the news story, and all together now to protect children, this is designated a smoke-free site. The indoor leisure centre has grounds around it. It's called Solaris Centre, and last October they made their grounds no smoking. The initiative is part of the Altogether A Legacy for Blackpool, a health promotion which is a partnership between Blackpool Council, NHS Blackpool, which is a health service, and Blackpool Football Club. Councillor Ivan Taylor, chairman of Blackpool's Blackpool's Health and Wellbeing Board. Who comes up with these names? Says he backed the move to discourage smoking. And the article goes on to say the opposition thinks it's a complete waste of time. The Friends of the Parks, which is a voluntary body, think it's a waste of time. They'd rather have the money that they're spending on the signs being put towards signs saying please clear up after your dog, because dog shit stinks and is a health hazard, much more than smoking. Common sense has gone out the window, and the good news is the ban is not enforceable unless they do a bylaw. So 34 signs are going up in Blackpool and they can't enforce it. Whilst researching this story, I came across a site. The only place legally you can smoke in the UK is in a hotel room, indoors. Now, unfortunately, most hotels have gone non-smoking. However, if you check the link down there, it's called Smokers United, and it lists all the smoking hotel rooms. Sorry, lists all the hotels that allow smoking in their rooms. Now, before you book, I'd double check with the hotel in case their information is out of date. But it's a really great service, and thank you Smokers United, who are not paying me, for providing it. So if you're in the UK and want a smoking room, check the list, Google the hotel's phone number or email address, write to them to confirm they provide smoking rooms, and book through Smokers United, and it's helped support that site. So that's this video done. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news about Australia's plain packaging, but I suggest you start collecting cigarette packs, as the world's gone mad. The haters will never have enough stabbing at cigarettes, and if they eventually make us all give up, which I'm not, who's going to pay for the loss of income tax? Well, tobacco revenues. They'll complain when the income tax goes up. Stay there, guys, and thanks for watching this video. Welcome back, guys. Plain packaging, the standardised plain packaging, started in Australia, and I did a video about the decision when a law was passed and they lost the court case, the tobacco companies, about Australia getting plain packaging, and what follows is that video. When I come back after the vid, I'll be talking about the links to the other cut videos I put in the description. Watch vid and stay lit. Hi guys, this isn't a review, it's going to be one of those sort of videos, and it's changed its idea since I thought about it. Originally it was going to be, what's all this fuss about? Where one of the newspapers in the UK interviewed a Swedish MP about his campaign to legalise snus in Europe. But it's been expanded. Let's get this up, and big thanks to Max, the French guy, Red Bull 555522, for sending me these in a pack swap. As you know, the plain packaging has been under debate in the UK, and there's still yet to be made a decision. However, there's been dark forces at work. We've got the UK government, and the UK belongs to the European community. That's 27 countries belong to it, and this central government loves health and safety laws. It also loves crackdowns on tobacco. And while we've all been doing the plain consultation, they've been busy at work, and even the MEPs don't know about it. This Swedish MP. And what they wanted to do is, ever so often they do a directive, and it's then implemented with that, and there's no opt-out amongst the 27 member countries. We all can decide whether on gun control we can decide our sentencings on murder and crime, etc. We can't have the death penalty in Europe, that's against European law. But on certain things, everything's got to be standardised. Now, one of the things they wanted to implement was it was expected to ban a range of flavourings, standardise the width, length and colour of cigarettes, limit displays at point of sell, require larger graphic health warnings on packs, and possibly open the door for plain packaging across Europe. That's not via the governments, it's via this central committee that oversees the 27. Interestingly, it was expected to reinforce the existing ban on smokeless tobacco, that's snus, and also extend it to e-cigs. I had to laugh out loud about extending it to e-cigs as well, in recognition that tobacco companies may try to circumvent the threat to smokers put off by indoor bans quitting by specialising in e-cigs. But all this is in serious doubt. Because a Maltese Commissioner, John Daly, the driving force behind the directive, has resigned. That is because another MP went to the Swedish snus manufacturers and said, for £65 million, if you pay me and the Health Commissioner, we'll make sure the snus law will be scrapped and you can smell snus throughout Europe. The Swedish snus manufacturer smelled to that and reported it to the European Commission. The two people have resigned. There's been a few dodgy burglaries where laptops have been stolen, and now this whole thing has meant this directive has been put on hold. Hopefully scrapped, because let's face it, they've done all this without any public consultation, and we might have had a lucky escape. It's not just our national governments, it's this other body which is interfering. So even if you live in a not pro-smoking country, but where you've got very limited controls like Poland, Czech Republic, Germany, even there, you think you'll be safe, but you won't be, because the European Commission will eventually get round to it. Might not be in the next couple of years, but by the end of the decade, I reckon they'll get their teeth in. This is going to dissolve to where I talk about the various directives they've done over the years. Okay, this European Commission, they've done a couple of directives over the years. From the 1st of January 2004, one of the first directives they did was passed in 2001, and they gave tobacco companies 3 years to do it, was limited our tar and nicotine and carbon dioxide to 10 milligrams, 1 milligram and 10 milligrams respectively. And it also dictates how much the health warning should be. And basically it should be 30% if you live in a country with only one language, or up 35% of the pack if you live in a country with up to 3 national languages. And that is why our cigarettes are weaker than most countries in the world. Now, getting onto the Swedish MP, his name, and I'm trying to see it here, Christopher Frislina. This article appeared 2 days earlier than that one, and basically every time he goes to Sweden he buys a load of Swedish snus and then brings it into Brussels and sells it. Snus was made illegal in Europe in 1992. Sweden was a member of the European Community then, and the reason it was made illegal was following an attempt by a US firm to introduce pouches of chewable tobacco known as Cold Bandits into the UK. The campaigners were outraged by having Skull Bandits being imported, so they decided to ban it. And unfortunately, when Sweden joined the European Community in 1995, they got an opt-out for their Swedish snus. Snus was never big, along with chewing tobacco and dip, in this country or in Europe, except in Sweden. And so, the whole thing never got many reports. However, because we live in these anti-smoking times, even the health campaigners are saying snus is better for you than cigarettes. You're less likely to get lung cancer, and especially for heavy smokers, it's better for them. And even e-cigs. And some of them were coming around to the idea of making it legal to sell snus throughout Europe. And I put a news link to that story down here. This is going to dissolve into my last section, which is UK tobacco news. Welcome to the last section, UK tobacco news. And a big thank you goes to Jimmy G34567 or Jim's Cig Review.blogspot. Cool blog down there, and he pointed out some tobacco news which has happened in the UK. If you don't live in the UK, switch off now. Thanks for watching this video. So it's a bit jointy, my computer's fucked, it's in the repair shop, and so I'm having to use my iPhone to upload, so that's why I'm keeping the clips short. First of all, Japanese Tobacco International is introducing 3 limited edition designs for its Hamlet brand, just in time for Christmas, when cigar sales tend to rise. On the 1st of November, the 3 manly knowledge designs feature witty etiquette, hints and tips printed inside the inner lid of Hamlet 5 miniatures in 5 packs and 10 packs. They feature a limited edition motif on the outer lid. And last year sales went up by 6% in December compared with the rest of the year. Next up, they also launched, Japan Tobacco International, Amber Leaf Blonde. The paler coloured cigarette-like blend of premium Virginia rolling tobacco has been designed to offer existing adult smokers a smoother taste, and it be the same price as the standard product of Amber Leaf. Now, all 50mg, another product, is Golden Virginia Originals, and that comes in greens, or this Golden Virginia's smooth yellow roll yarn tobacco, and it will include cut corner papers from mid-November, Imperial Tobacco has announced. If you buy the pack with the papers, you'll save approximately 18 pence per time, so go and save yourself a bit of money. However, the rolling papers might not be that good of quality. My last news story is Marlboro Gold is going to be price marked. Philip Morris is to price mark its cigarette brand Marlboro for the first time in a bid to establish a sustainable pricing structure for premium tobacco. They've been doing Marlboro Gold Touch, which is a budget version of Marlboro Lights, and also Marlboro Bright Leaf for a long time. However, they've now going to do Marlboro Gold. I don't know whether they're going to expand it to Marlboro Reds, and it'll be stamped in the price marked in the Greater London area for £7 at £7.75 for 20s or £3.94 for 10s. Unmarked packs will continue to be available. Now, when you go every other country in the world, well, in Europe, on the back of the pack, and these come from Luxembourg, it says €4, and every shop has to sell it for you €4. When you buy packs in the UK, some packs are marked, and that's by the manufacturer, like Marlboro Bright Leaf, and as you heard, Marlboro Gold, but they also sell unmarked packs of them, and other brands are not even marked, and it's down to the corner shop or supermarket how much they sell them for. So it's just a lottery how much you pay. Thanks for watching this video, hope it's been interesting, and I'll be back on Thursday with November's recommendations. Stay lit, guys. Welcome to the last section. In the description there's another bit about plain packaging, because the European community, which all 27 European countries belong to, had thought up the idea, but luckily due to some dodgy goings on about deals, money and a healthy commissioner resigning, they didn't get it through this time. And if you want to check out that video, which I did about 2 months ago, the link's down there. Also down there is another news story which I did, which is about Camel cigarettes. Now in the UK we used to get Camel Blues and Camel Yellows, yellows being a full strength. They've never allowed unfiltered Camels to be sold here, even though they're available in France, Luxembourg, Germany, Spain and loads of other places in Europe. And Camel, that's Japan Tobacco International, took the decision to stop selling Camel Yellows full strength in the UK, and my video about it is down there also. So it's not always the government screwing the smokers, it's sometimes tobacco companies. Thanks for watching this series, hope you enjoyed it, and stay lit, guys. Thanks for commenting, rating, etc. Thanks for watching.